Hi, my name is Patrick Reagan. Welcome to the Operating Systems Linux, where we cover how to install, manage, and use the Linux operating system. In Part 5, Configuring Linux shows you to configure Linux using Linux settings, which is provided by GNOME. Besides giving you a quick overview of the settings, it will go deeper into settings to configure updates, using Software Center to install and update software, perform backups, and use antivirus. To access GNOME settings, click the System menu and click the Settings button. You'll find a lot of similarities between GNOME settings and the Windows settings, so I don't intend to go too deep into a lot of the basic and more intuitive settings. The About page will show device name, hardware model, memory, processor graphics, and disk capacity, OS name, type and version, GNOME version, and windowing system. You can also execute the following command to view the version of Linux: uname-a. Appearance allows you to configure styles, colors, and background. Desktop allows you to configure desktop icons and the dock configuration. Display allows you to change orientation, resolution, and nightlight. Sound allows you to configure system volume, system sounds, output settings, input settings, and alert sounds. Power allows you to specify a power mode, balanced or power savings, screen blank options, automatic suspend, and power button behavior. Mouse and touchpad allows you to control the mouse speed and primary button selection. Keyboard allows you to specify the keyboard layouts, input sources, and special character entries and keyboard shortcuts. Other options include network, Bluetooth, notifications, search, applications, privacy, online accounts, sharing, printers, removable media, region and language, accessibility, users, and date and time. Networking will be covered in the next video. Software Center allows you to search for, download, and install applications, show installed software, and show available updates for software. As with Windows, it is important to keep the Linux up to date. Keeping Linux up to date helps keep the operating system secure. Software updates can help bugs and enhance performance. Software Updater may display when you have to upgrade or that updates are available. For Ubuntu, if you're notified on updates and click Settings, or you open Settings, Applications, Software and Updates, open, you can configure your update settings. The Updates tab will allow you to specify how often updates will be checked and if they are downloaded and installed automatically. You can also specify notifications for new versions. For Debian, you would open Settings, Applications, Software, Open, Updates, and you can see the system update. For Red Hat Linux, you would open Settings, Applications, Software, Open, and Software, then click the Backup button and click Updates. You can click the hamburger menu to click Update Preferences. The hamburger menu is the 3 short line buttons. If your system does not have a GUI interface, you're going to have to execute commands to start and manage updates. Commands for Ubuntu and Debian would include: to update system packages, sudo apt-get update or sudo apt-update. To upgrade, execute sudo apt-get upgrade or sudo app upgrade. Note that the sudo command is that you can execute those commands as the root account. For whichever Linux distro you're using, you should always use your favorite browser to search for the correct command. To update Red Hat Linux using commands, you would execute the yum or dnf commands. Sudo yum update info, sudo yum update, sudo reboot. Applications allows you to manage your applications. Applications, settings, software, and updates. Opens allow you to configure updates for Linux in the application. To see software that is available from your distro, you would use the following command: apt-cache search, and then the search term. On Debian and related distros, you can use the following steps. Find and download a deb file. Use the following to install the deb application: sudo dpkg-i and then the name of the deb package file.deb. Yum is an open source tool for managing packages in Linux systems and is the front-end tool that uses the RPM package manager, RPM. RPM was originally called Red Hat Package Manager. Yum is being replaced by DNF. DNF, or Dandified Yum, is the next generation version of the Yellow Dog Updater, Modified Yum, which is the package manager for .rpm based Linux distributions. DNF is used for RPM-based Linux systems such as Red Hat Enterprise Linux, CentOS, Fedora, and Oracle Linux. DNFS allows users to install, update, remove, and search for software packages. For Red Hat, to see the available software environment groups, you can use the following command: dnf group list IDs. To find the names of the specific components to install, use dnf group list IDS kds/star. To install a group, use the following command: dnf group install and then the group ID. You can use the following command to see all software packages that come with Red Hat: dns search \**. To install a package, use the following command: dnf install and then the package name. For example, to install Wireshark, you would run the following command: dnf install wireshark.x86_64. To install the most recent versions of packages on an RPM-based OS, you would use the following command: dnf update. While there are relatively few viruses and malware for Linux compared to other operating systems, you should still keep systems updated and use an updated antivirus anti-malware software package. You must always update the signature database and use real-time scanning. For corporations and enterprises, you should see if your antivirus anti-malware vendor supports Linux machines. ClamAV Antivirus is a free open source antivirus. ClamAV includes a command line scanner, automatic database updater, and a scalable multi-threaded daemon running on an antivirus engine from a shared library. Unfortunately, ClamAV does not scan your computer in real time. ClamDK can provide a graphical front end for Clam Antivirus. Other antivirus packages you should look at include Kaspersky Antivirus, Bitdefender Antivirus, Avast Antivirus, and McAfee Antivirus. Ubuntu comes bundled with a built-in backup application that supports local and remote backups, encryption, incremental and full backups, and scheduling. You can back up to Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, a network shared folder via a network server, or a local folder. You can download and install additional backup packages using the Software Center from the server or from the internet. You can also use the standard copy command executed as a CLI or script, including rsync and tar. rsync, or remote synchronization, is a software utility for Unix-like systems that efficiently sync files and directories between hosts or machines. Rsync syntax is rsync, option, source directory, destination directory. An example of using rsync is rsync-r/media/hdd1/data-1 /media/hdd2/. -r ensures that it's recursive, which means it will sync all subdirectories. The tar command, short for tape archive, is a powerful tool that allows users to create, compress, and archive files. The tar syntax includes tar, options, archive file, file or directory to be archived. An example of tar is tar cvf file.tar ***. C is create the tar file. The V is verbose mode. F specifies the file name of the archive to be created or extracted. The F parameter should be last. For more information on rsync and tar commands, visit the following sites shown on the screen. Question: what is the easiest way to access GNOME settings? Answer: use the system menu. Question: what is the easiest way in Linux to add software? Answer: use the Software Center. Question: which Linux command would be used to install an application? Answer: yum. Question: which of the following best describes when to use the yum command? Answer: to add functionality. Question: what command would you use to install the most recent versions of packages on an RPM-based OS? Answer: DNF update. For more information, visit these sites. In summary, to access GNOME settings, click the System menu and click the Settings button. You will find a lot of similarities between GNOME settings and Windows settings. Software Center allows you to search for, download and install applications, show installed software, and show available updates for software. As with Windows, it is important to keep the Linux up to date. Keeping Linux up to date helps keep the operating system secure, and software updates can help bugs and enhance performance. apt-get, yum, and dnf are commands used to install and upgrade software on a Linux machine. Thank you for watching this video. The next video will be Windows Services, Part 6, Configuring Linux Networking. Thank you.